Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to be here with you at this Congress. My name is Cathia Chumbo. I'm psychologist from Portugal, and I have been developing some work and studies in the area of parental alienation since 2009, when I finished my master thesis on parental alienation representation. So I will start my presentation with a theme of the divorce psychological consultation and parental alienation prevention. Hope you enjoy it. When we talk about divorce, we have to talk about family too. The family consists of two individuals who come from two different family groups with different characteristics and rhythms and rights. We should speak about the union of two emotional and relational heritage coming from two families. However, the modeling and adaptation capability of these individuals is very important when they are creating a new family too. So, when we talk about family system, what's the family system? A family is characterized as a system, a set of elements linked by relationships inside and outside. They keep balancing through the development stages of evolution. So, if these individuals have a strong attachment since childhood, they can be more capable to provide security to their partner and mostly to their child. When we talk about divorce, what's the divorce? The perception and the representation and understanding of the divorce that children will have depends not only on their family role, but also on their age and stage of development. We have the divorce, we have a break, and we have a new interpretation of our family and our marriage story. According to Ricci, we have 7 stages of divorce. At the first stage, we talk about the dream home, not conflict, not discussion, but also we see a good relationship and a good link by parents and children. So when we talk about these stages, at the second phase, at the second stage, the problems are starting. We start by addressing the problems and the conflicts that can start to arise at home, in which the child usually starts to watch some discussions. And this conflict is agonizing until one of the parents actually leaves the house at the 4th stage, the broken home. Later, we talk about 2 houses and a separation, not only from the emotional point of view, but also from the physical point. In the last stages, 6 and 7, we consider that parents start their reorganization from a social, professional, and individual point of view. So when we talk about divorce, it's important for us to analyze some points. We have to analyze the representation and the image that each one has of the marriage and the divorce. We must analyze and evaluate the impacts on each member of the couple. We must assess the type and the bounds present in each of the elements of the couple. It's important to analyze the type of support they may have from the family and the social too. We should see if they are economically independent. And it's too important to evaluate the possibility of the existence of a personality disorder in these members. And finally, we have the most important, which is the impact of the divorce in the child. So, talking about the divorce is talking about parenting, about shared parenting. There are two issues that deeply mark the exercise of this shared parenting: the previous marital relationship and the emotional bonds between parents and children. When we talk about shared parenting, it's important also to talk about the parental responsibilities and the parenting style of the parental couple, because it will be easier to assume a positive and shared presence and parenting if the child has the opportunity to spend a similar amount of time with each other, with mom and with the dad. So now we're going to talk about the disorder, about parental alienation. When we talk about parental alienation, we talk about a childhood disorder that arises mostly in the context of child custody disputes. The first manifestation is the child campaign of denigration against a good and loving parent, the target parent, without a justification. So we can see here a pattern behavior called parental alienation syndrome. When we talk about this disorder, we have to talk about the intervenients, the alienating parent, the target parent, and the child. When we talk about alienating parents, generally we talk about an individual, an hostile human being with a defensive behavior, with an inability to individuate from his child. Generally, he presents permissive educational style. He's egocentric, and sometimes he can present psychopathies. The target parent can feel incompetent feelings. It can be avoiding this conflict. The child can present behavioral disorders like guilty feelings, relationship disorders, eating disorders, and obsessive and compulsive behaviors, because this child usually have problems with self-control because they are manipulated all the time by alienating parents. When we talk about alienation, we talk about the impacts on the children. Sometimes the children break all the type of relation with the target parents. And there are some stages after alienation. Sometimes we have absence of target parents. Sometimes this child can feel guilty and grief. Sometimes they reject the alienating parents and they try to reconcile with the target parents. Baker reveals that parental alienation has some consequences in 7 distinct areas: low self-esteem, depression, alcohol and drug abuse, low trusts, alienation of own children, and divorce. So, when we talk about divorce consultation, we talk 3 moments. The first, we need to assess of the current situation, belief and expectations towards the divorce in parents. The second moment is the moment of the divorce notice, when we evaluate the child. And the third moment, we do a direct intervention in the child and in the new concept of family. So, when we evaluate the parents and the child, we will work with this new family concept. First of all, we need to evaluate the current situation. What's the representation of the divorce? What type of causes we have? What's the parental posture, if they are accepting or if they are denying the present situation? The family dynamics before and after the decision, and how to notice the child. And mostly, we have to talk about marital breakdown, not parental breakdown. At the second moment, we talk about a divorce notice. We talk about the child. When we give this notice to a child, we must analyze their thoughts, their feelings, their wishes, and their fears. Can be important to talk with a professor too. We can contact another family members too. At the third moment, we do the intervention in the child and the new concept of family. We need to restructure this family, this parental couple. We need to talk about visits. We need to talk about contacts. We need to talk about the behavior and the parent behavior at this time. Now we have 2 houses, 2 education styles, and sometimes 2 weights and 2 measures. Now we question this child. Who's the daddy now? Who's the mommy now? There are some differences after and before the divorce. Sometimes we can see a parenting role reversal. So we need to do 2 consultations with the child to do a good intervention, but it's too important to do the consultation with parents, because we need to give them strategies and make them capable to ensure the healthy development of their children. So, to conclude my presentation, I leave you here a thought, a personal thought, that the divorce is a marital rupture, never parental. Thank you all. Hope you enjoy my presentations.